know I got it. What's up?
Jay-Z was all business with them.
Right.
Yayo talking about, yeah, Jay don't take care of...
I just came off tour.
Right.
When have you seen Bleak on tour?
I don't need Jay to go on tour.
Yo, smoke hard coke, yo.
Yo, chill. Yo, chill.
You look like you need to be taken care of. You look like you need to go to the dentist. You need to look like you need to brush your teeth. You look like you need hygiene.
Jay-Z is not a bad guy. Bleak is not a bad guy.
No.
I'm not saying it.
You look like you need help. Tell your man 50 send you
do.
an ounce or something, yo.
You do need
You
that
might
help.
need
That's
2
why-
ounces. Nigga.
that's why
Paid
you
in
look
full
in the
movie.
city.
Nigga, I got a G for every bump in your face. Nigga, I promise you that.
That's
I
a
promise
fact.
you that.
That's why he worrying about...
Peon, you broke. Nigga. You know I
see?
got it. What's up?
Jay-Z was...
Oh, let's talk about it. Let's talk about it.
No one knows Marcino and none of these.
There's so much going on in the world, and I'm just giving my 2 cents on it. Go in and do a raid at someone's house, but you don't have an arrest warrant for them. What's up? We got to get into this Jim Jones. What's good, y'all? It's good to see y'all. Hit the like button up. The Knicks champions. My God, boy, you wishing on a dream, ain't you? Now, let's get into this, because it needs to be said, you know, and this is the crazy thing about it. Most people don't know where this is coming from. This is all stemming from something else. It's not on the surface of what you're seeing. You have to know the history behind this back and forth. And you know, the Max B subliminal shots and everything. So this goes back to
Who take care of who, nigga?
up,
You
nigga.
know who doing it. We live. We
Us
getting
together.
money.
So people
That's right.
look at Bleak and don't understand the business he's doing. They always look at Jay like, oh
Yeah.
But nah,
That's why.
nigga, Bleak
That's
out
why
here
you got
make a
niggas like
move.
Yayo talking about, yeah, Jay don't take care of nigga. I don't need Jay to go on tour.
Yo, smoke hard coke, yo.
Yo, chill. Yo, chill.
You look like you need to be taken care of, nigga. You look like you need to go to the dentist. You need to look like you need to brush your teeth. You look like you need hygiene, nigga. You look like you need help. Tell your man 50 send you an ounce or something, yo.
You do need
You
that
might
help.
need
That's
2
why-
ounces, nigga.
that's why
Paid
you
in full
looking to
movie,
see-
nigga. I got a G for every bump in your face, nigga. I promise you that, nigga.
That's
I
a
promise
fact.
you that, nigga.
That's why he worried about
Peon, you broke, nigga. You know
See?
I got it, nigga. What's
Don't-
up? The
ain't
bag
nobody-
is up. The both sides.
Hey, yo.
Hey, Flea, where the both sides, Flea?
Let me finish that off. Ain't nobody taking care of niggas over here, B. Yo, nah, you good, my nigga. I fucking love it. Niggas deserve it. They need to hear this shit, man, because they bugging out here. All these niggas worrying about who taking care of who. We take care of we. Ain't no
100%,
who
nigga.
take care of who, nigga.
Hold up,
you
nigga.
know who doing it. We live.
Us
We getting
together.
money.
So people
That's right.
look at Bleak.
now. Why was this happening in this fashion? Why was this going on in this way? Why do you think they reacted like that? The reason they reacted that way was quite simple. They reacted that way because Tony Yayo is saying, like, I don't got no problems with Bleak. And it really ain't got nothing to do with Bleak. He's taking shots at Jay. Okay? And Bleak is the messenger. Bleak is the way he's getting to Jay. Jay-Z was all business with those dudes. You don't see Bleak on tour. You see, he's playing that. I just got off tour. I'm just doing that. 50 doing this. So he's keeping the 50 Jay-Z beef going. This really don't have a lot to do with Jimmy. Jimmy got in the way, and it was like, Jimmy, chill. Because you was basically G-Unit. You showed your lack of loyalty when you went on 107 in Park, 106 in Park, rather. When you went over there in the middle of the beef with Cam and Fifth. You went over there with Fifth. So quick, you go anywhere, there's a bag. And now you over there with Jay-Z and Rock Nation. That's why they took care of your legal case that just went away. How did that happen? Nobody know. You got caught with pills, guns, drugs, everything, and all of a sudden you just walk. I don't know how that happens. You with a felony record like you just walk. I don't know how that happens. That's crazy. That's crazy work, but he's with Rock Nation. And the only reason he's with Rock Nation the only reason he's with Rock Nation is because they wanted to get at Cam. That was the only reason. And that's why I'm like, wait a minute. Y'all went ahead and did this whole movement for Cam? That's just show you how petty Jay is. Jay wanted to hurt Cam at that time because they was beefing. Then they were back cool. Him and Cam, when they did the performance together. So he really didn't need Jimmy no more. But Jimmy's just there. So they was like, well, we still got him. You know, let's try to help him out. Well, it's a whole avalanche of different people who have these reasons behind it. Now, this thing is going to go into another level with Jimmy because Jimmy knows Yayo. You know, like they know each other. So to go down that road was kind of crazy for everybody. Yeah, it really was. Because it's only crazy because if you knew the situation, you know, it's deeper than that. Like Yayo looked at Jimmy like, and when he going on Jimmy, it's like, dude, you are not in a position to talk to me. Jimmy, like, I'm my own man. At least I was my own guy. Yayo is like, look, I'm rolling with Fifth. That's it. I ain't finna have a solo career and do all that. Like, what we talking about? Yayo's a street dude. Jimmy's a street dude. But they were two different type of individuals. Now, yeah, once they start this whole mission, and this entire mission has become a nationwide problem. You know, they become a nationwide problem of what people deal with consistently. And throughout the consistency of these problems, street stuff get brought to the internet. And when street stuff get brought on the internet, then you have a bigger scenario. You know, you have a bigger problem than ever materialized. Mm-hmm. There's a lot of different things that were going on that was streetwise that when he started bringing up Max B, you know, and things of that nature, I knew where he was going to go. And I knew Jimmy was going to get upset. And Jimmy was pissed. Oh, yeah, he was pissed. Yayo knew where to hit the nerve at. When he said, you let Stack's bundle get killed. Why did he get killed in a Porsche in the hood? That hit. That's what I'm saying. You bringing street stuff to the internet. That hurt. That hurt Jimmy a lot. So that cut deep. And said, why you leave him in the hood? That's deep, bro. Saying like you left that dude in the hood. Right. It's like Jay it's all business. Except for like even with Bleak. Bleak is family. Bleak got a restaurant in Vegas. He's doing good. Bleak is eating. He always gonna make sure Bleak is straight. You know why? Because Bleak was his guy. Bleak is from Marcy. He's under Jay. He looks up to Jay. He call him big homie. That's the same as Tata. They look up to Jay like Jay the boss. So he always gonna take care of them because if Memphis Bleak out here on the street doing coke and on rocks, that look bad on Jay because everybody see Memphis. They think, they see Memphis Bleak. They think of Jay. They be like, Jay, how you this billionaire and Bleak out here like this? You see? He ain't gonna let that happen to Bleak. Even though Bleak went out and said, hey, I'm gonna go get my own label. I'm gonna do this and that. He already know he got a bailout card in Jay. So Jay, Beyonce, mother, and all them, they all went to Bleak's restaurant and everything in Vegas. And they did the show when she had her Cowboy Carter. And Jay was in town and he didn't come to the restaurant. And Bleak was like, he come to the restaurant. Yeah, they told him to come to the restaurant. Jay didn't show up. Everybody else showed up but Jay. So it was love. It was all love. They ate. The food was supposed to be real good, whatever. But once Tony Yayo said, you left Stacked Bundle in the hood. You ain't look out for him. You left him in the hood. Let me tell y'all something. That's not true. Okay, nobody gonna leave their artists in the hood. It's the artist's responsibility. It's the artist's choice. Jimmy didn't do that, but Yayo know that. Yayo know what he's doing. He knew that's gonna go past a lot of people on the internet's heads, and it's gonna land on Jimmy's lap, and Jimmy just gonna go off. Jim Jones is gonna lose his cool, and he gonna be so pissed at Yayo. He been waiting to get at Yayo for saying that.
Now we gonna put this shit on a winning streak.
That's a fact, man. Like, I feel like as artists, we always take our losses, but our losses is visible. You know what I mean? Stack Bundles. Rest in peace, Stack. Like, to me, I felt like you was the right one for him, because he first was with Clue, and Clue didn't know what he had.
Bro, you know the story how I saw Stack?
Nah.
Stack is one of the illest niggas.
No, definitely.
First of all, I heard Stack on the radio, didn't know who he was. I know you love Cam and that Dip says shit. I know you don't love me. And he was doing the rock. He kept saying the rock. And I'm like, and this is the time where his things going on. So I'm like, is this nigga sound to the rock? Like, what the fuck is going on? And shit like that. Who is this little nigga?
Yep.
I see him screaming the
Now, that hook he talking about is the same hook that was on Tony Yayo's song, You Don't Love Me. I know you don't love me. You don't treat me the same when Jay-Z's in town. When Fifth made a whole hook out, I know you don't love me. That was basically Stack Bundles, right? Stack with them was around and all that. So I don't know if Stack had something to do with that, but Stack Bundles was cool with Yayo and everybody else. Now, here's the problem that a lot of people didn't understand. Is that when people are in the streets, they are known in the streets. You could put a street person in the suburbs and you be like, all right, man, you out the hood, you good. They could be like, man, it's so boring. It ain't nothing going on over here. Like, I got to go back to the hood. It's 9, 10 o'clock, and everybody going to bed. Like, what is this? Man, I don't like my neighbors. I don't trust none of them. You know, like, I don't know where I'm at. I don't know this area. You know, it's like, dog, you just put them in a jail to some of these people. That's really street. They hang out in the streets. They comfortable being in the streets. They know how to move where they at. But it's going to get different. They don't really understand it. And people need to be there to try to tell them or teach them, hey, this is what we need to do right now. You know, like, to get around, survive, etc. This is what we need to be, you know, approaching. Now, if they're not going to approach that with that mentality, it goes left. As you hear what Jimmy talking about now.
There's a storm shit, and then with Clue, and I started hearing, I'm like, I like this kid. Then I seen him one day at a club. He had on a big blue fur. He said some fly shit to me. I told him, you know my mouth. Little nigga, don't play out here. You heard? Like, you did. But I was like, I still built the bridge, and then I had somebody call him, like, yo, pull up, Jim want to speak to you at the studio. And he pulled up, a couple of his dudes. And I was like, yo, I really admire what you do. I'm building a new label right here. We doing this Bird Gang Records, you heard. I'm pretty sure you're familiar with what we got going on in the city. Fact. And I'm giving you an opportunity to
He would have been one of them ones, man.
It ain't finished. Let me tell you the fly shit. He's with Clue at this time.
Yes.
He like, what you mean? I'm like, yeah, that shit say I'm ready. I'm like, all right, but it's one thing. Like, you can't leave here and try to figure it out. It's not what we do. You got to commit right now, or it's no love lost. We can still do music, but if you if this what we going, then nigga call Clue.
Tell him we out.
This what we doing. You
That's
heard
right.
Disrespect, but I'm
out.
Nigga said, yo, Clue. Went to the side. He said, nah, we lit. Bird gang, let's go.
Yo.
Squad up, nigga, let's go. Word up, man. I love Stack Soul, bro.
That's a fact, bro.
Stack was an incredible artist. He definitely had his chance. He definitely.
That's horrible business. If anybody say, oh, you got to do that right now, you can't go home and figure it out. It ends right here once you walk out the door. I've been like, okay, then it's going to end when I walk out the door. Because you ain't going to give me something or say we finna do business. We haven't talked numbers. We haven't talked anything. And then you talking about, I'm just going to be down with this, but I got to leave so-and-so. Leave for what? So, that always, kind of rubbed me the wrong kind of way when I see stuff like that. Oh, yeah. I mean, but I know what this is about. And Tony Yayo is riding for fifth and doing that, going on Vlad, going on Club Shay Shay, dumping on Jay, because it makes 50 happy. See, it makes Fifth happy. And the reason it's going to make Fifth happy is because Jay did that thing with the Super Bowl. Yeah, that whole Super Bowl push about trying to get him blocked with saying that, oh, it wasn't us, it was the NFL. The NFL had a problem with 50 Cent. Why would they have a problem with 50 Cent? They've never had a problem with 50 Cent. Jay didn't want him to perform. He didn't want Fifth to be on the moment. Fifth was the only one wasn't there on the poster, promotion, everything. He didn't want 50 Cent to have that moment. He's still trying to compete and hold 50 Cent back. Now, Fifth was like, man, I thought it was over. Like, I didn't know we were still doing this. All right. And he ain't never forgot that. And Eminem said, I'm not performing if Fifth ain't there. Fifth ain't forgot that. So every chance he get to stick it to Jay, oh, he gonna stick it. I mean, really, it's a lot of stuff that happened that was in the streets that went to a whole nother level, like families beefing and everything, man. It's crazy. Even like right now, it's crazy in these buildings. MLK buildings, Warren with the Hawkins building, I think that's the name of it. So, yeah, it's just problem after problem. But the thing that Jimmy's talking about right now with Stacks is real. You know,
he would have to be in the race.
Bro, he'd have been one of the
illest artists that we ever seen.
That's a fact. His energy, his personality, his swag. He used to be in the 40 all the time.
Ladies loved him.
Yeah, I had a major cool relationship with him. But like I said, when I seen him get with y'all, I was like, nah, that's the right crew. Like, you know, certain niggas just need the right home. Like 100%. What I felt about him is the same way I feel about Al-Bial. You know what I mean? Al-Bial is one of the new animals. One of the new animals.
Right. So he talking.
Hey, what's up, everybody? This is Charles Sabanson, and welcome you guys to another episode of
the video. But no, he was talking real talk right there.
Now we gonna put.
You know what I'm saying? Because that's his heart. Like, he really cared about his artists. Like, that's his homeboy. The record thing ain't got nothing to do with it, really, but it's like, that's my homeboy. You know what I'm saying? So it's crazy. Man, I know people that live in, they've been watching my videos for years. Like, y'all just don't be knowing. There's people out here that hit me up all the time. Yeah, they hit me up all the time.
Jim Jones just went crazy.
On the streets, they hit me up all the time. Talking about the same narratives. Oh, very much so. No, they talk about their hood and like what's going on in the block. Like, yo, you right. Dude right here. This is homeboy cousin. And the sister right here. Yeah, that part happened. This part happened in the streets. That's connected to the rap thing. Remember he said that in the song? He shouldn't have said that. Dog, I'm telling you. This happens a lot. You feel me? This happens a lot. Yeah, so I get my information about street stuff from people that's in the streets. So they'll tell me, no, that's so-and-so cousin. Like somebody in this chat just said something like that. Matter of fact, then somebody's in the chat say like, yo, so-and-so is my cousin and this and that. And this is like they know. In New York, I don't, it's hard to find a black man in New York. That's what I'm trying to tell you. It's hard to find a black man in New York. Look, everybody from Cuba or something, they mix with a whole bunch of everything because everybody's screwing everything. So it's hard to find just one black man in New York. It's a gumbo pot. New York is the biggest gumbo pot ever of just like everybody around. That's why when you see like it's so segregated, that's not how New York really is. You got the West Indian guy. You got people from, you got people from all over there. You know, so, for sure. For sure. That's just how New York is. Mm-hmm. Yeah, New York is going to be like that. Well, they try to make it look like Tony Yayo just really was going off the street rumor. Like, man, you left him in the streets, dog. You should have put him in a crib. He shouldn't have all that stuff. Man, you know, and you got Chinks messed up, Stack Bundles, you know, both of them gone. You know, that's Jimmy, you know, him being a boss, you know. When you have that kind of lack of communication or lack of information about it, the real thing is Jim Jones didn't let those people go in vain. He did the best he could to take care of them people. And that's real talk. That's one thing I already know what it is. Like Tony Yayo know that. But the rumor was out there that he did this, but no. He really did. Jimmy did look out for him. He really did have love for him. That's real talk. Yeah, somebody hit me up right now. But yeah, it's the same thing because when people don't understand something, they go immediately to projecting. So when he said he just knew how to come back, like, yo, you snort coke. Because he hot, man. He hot about that. Because he felt Jim Jones should have just shut his mouth. He ain't had nothing to do with it. He was talking about Bleak. You know, and Jim Jones come butting in. And Yayo brought that comment up about Stacks and stuff that Jimmy lost it on the show. He been waiting to go in on Tony Yayo. But that's what it's about. They gonna have fun with him. Especially when he said, oh, you snort coke. Once he said he snorted coke, like everybody know that about Tony Yayo. Ain't no big deal. Who didn't know that dude was smoking? I mean, seriously, who didn't know Tony Yayo? Them dudes, all them dudes was doing weed mixed with coke. Jimmy shouldn't be talking because Jimmy know what he was doing. You ain't smoking?
Grab your popcorn because this one gets heated fast. So let's rewind a little. We got to start with Memphis Bleak because his side of the story is the easiest to unpack. Bleak's been tight with Jay-Z since day one, like literally his little bro. But Tony Yayo? Oh, he's been taking shots at Hov for years. Yayo even said on record that Jay tried to block 50 Cent from doing the Super Bowl half.
I hate when they do the AI voice and they be sounding stupid. Jimmy is been trying to get himself relevant and hot and popping. And his problem is this ain't for him. You know, you jumping into something, you basically doing it because you want to fight for Jay. Right? And Bleak is too much of a nice guy to really get into the war of words. And Jimmy, you know, he's the guy he's the send-off man. He's the guy that you can go send off. You give him a little bag and he gonna think it's outstanding. And it's a little bitty bag for him to just crash out, get in a war, start some crap going on. Meanwhile, he fighting in the airports. You know, he's the scrumpy guy where everybody else get to keep their shirt clean. Man, Bleak get to stay clean. Jay get to stay clean. And you got this dude out here like the junkyard dog.
I eat my own. You want to say that? To Memphis Bleak, I just came off my last tour. All I'm saying is when you see Jay-Z in a setting, he never really, when he's doing a Beyonce show or whatever, you don't see Memphis Bleak on the stage and him being brought out. You know, even if I'm doing the hype man shit with 50, he's bringing me out. I'm making money. I'm going to.
That's that man girl too.
That's it. That's Hov's wife tour.
Yeah, that's Hov wife tour.
So I believe if Hov was out on his own, he would bring Bleak out. There is no need for him to bring Bleak in a situation where it looked like if this was last tour you're talking about with the Cowboy Carter.
Right.
Yeah.
So to me, because I look at Bleak as a loyal guy, like I'm a loyal guy to Jay. But I look at like Fifth, my guy Hervé, one day we had TRL, and it's the young gun is there.
Yeah.
And I'm talking to him out, and Hervé says loud, "You don't gotta worry about nothing. You got 50. Jay-Z doesn't do nothing for these guys like 50 does." And Hervé, I think he worked with them too. But he said that to me, and that always stuck in my head. Rest in peace to him.
Wild. Like, what?
See, and you see that? Yayo is on the big stage. Club Shay Shay is the big show. And he making sure he take full swings right at Jay. He taking full swings at Jay. For Fifth. Because it's all about that Super Bowl. So that's what all this has something to do about. It ain't got nothing to do with Jim Jones. Jim Jones got involved because he want to be a junkyard dog for Jay-Z because Rock Nation is giving him some bread. This dude then went to all the enemies of his homeboys to get money, to be relevant again, try to stay relevant. That's the whole thing. Mm-hmm. So yeah. That's what I'm talking about. None of these dudes, man, like Jimmy just bumped his head. He came in this thing blinded. He trying to score points with Jay-Z, which he gonna do. They like that. Rock Nation will love that. You know, right now in the source, they posted something on Instagram trying to say Jay-Z had 38 million streams. And I was like, who posted this? It was the Source magazine. I'm like, why would the Source magazine just come out of the blue and post something about Jay? I'm like, oh, he trying to get some good press. His ego then took a beating. So he needs to go ahead and change the narrative. They didn't put out a media post that ain't too, lightning. So he got to put something out there to counter it on social media. So all PR propaganda that means a bunch of nothing. So the stacks.
Portion was still in the hood. No disrespect to Jim Jones. Fifth had me in Battery Park. I could walk.
Stack Bundles lost his.
This is it.
Stack's Bundles who had a Porsche was still in the hood. No disrespect to Jim Jones. Fifth had me in Battery Park. I could walk out that barefoot.
Get the socks.
See, that's when a nigga love you, nigga. Get the socks, nigga. Sneakers Dior, nigga. But I'm walking out there barefoot. That's when you know a nigga love you, boy. Because he making sure you don't get your shit split. Because you go back to 134, anywhere, Baisley, right, Brooklyn, shit get split. Once I got shit, nigga shot my shit up. Bentleys and all that. Y'all can get that sneaker, just toss that over there. My shit's official. You know what I'm saying? Yo, look, but nigga put me in position. Rest in peace of Stack, but Stack got killed in the project with a Porsche.
Yeah.
Nigga, come on, nigga, I'm from the hood, nigga. Y'all niggas thought, nigga. I done been around the Black Justice and seen the Preems and all that, nigga. The E-Money bags, all that, nigga. The younger niggas under that.
So with everything you
Maserati Fox. Real nigga, huh?
So with everything that you saw, what would you change?
I just pray to God every time I leave the house.
But what would you change?
Change what?
Pass the cup. I heard you talk about all the shit you went through, all the shit niggas is still going through.
What
Yeah,
God,
you one of them
listen,
customers
what
for
God
that
got
shit.
planned for you is planned for you, brother. God already know what's planned for you in life.
God planned for you to come here and spaz on y'all niggas tonight.
I spaz?
I'm just saying it was a plan.
I do be on some Hollywood shit. Europe. I gotta stop.
Yeah.
Something like, yo, stop talking about Europe. I don't, like, when you come here, you gotta deal with
Don't treat
niggas.
Vlad like that, bro. See,
So right then and there, that got him hot. That got Jimmy hot.
Still, people dragged Jim, said he took Stack's whole style.
Yeah, he took stack bundles, his whole thing. Jimmy didn't like it. He was hot. Yeah, Jimmy was hot. Straight like that.
She had heard about you wasn't giving Stack money, but people don't know that when Stack asked you for the bread, you were going to the bank. I think the bank was closed. Something happened because me and Bino talked about it. I remember being there, and you was going to give him
more money after the money he spent because we was on tour. He like,
Yeah.
yo, geez, I spent all that tour money, geez,
I
I'm Pop,
remember.
I bug it. Whatever he
remember.
did, brought another Porsche, BMW. He like, yo, Pop, geez, you said a closed mouth don't get fed, geez, I'm Pop, geez, I'm hurting.
It's a fact.
And when I told him, I said, yo, go get 25 grand from the bank tomorrow. He like, oh, yo, what's up with that Wrangler truck? I'm like, I left that shit in Brooklyn. I don't even want that shit. I don't even know what block it's on. Matter of fact, it's by the car shop where I got the Maserati from. He like, you let me get that, geez. I'm like, go take it. You probably got to get a new key. He like, oh, I'm going to go get that tomorrow, geez. You different, geez. And we all know the rest of the story.
Why do you think that people have this misconception of what happened? Why do you think even her? Why do you think that? Where did that come from?
Nobody likes to hear the truth.
Because we were there. Bino get mad all the time, and he gets offended. And he was one of the people that called me. He was like, "That's not true." They think that what they think is that Stack asked you. He told you he wanted to leave. They said that Stack told you he wanted to leave. He wanted to move, and you didn't move him out. But that's not true.
You don't want to hear? You want to hear that story? All right. For Stacks and them, I was about to buy Stacks, the kid Max and Melly, a whole brownstone in New Jersey. None of them wanted to leave the hood, and I was not about to waste my money. And I was what I offered them. I went shopping for the shit and all that type of shit.
Yeah, we remember that,
I mean?
right, Bass? We remember
Yeah.
that. Shout out to Bass. I remember the conversation.
And I'm like, yo, you bugging. You want to, like, yo, you can go to the hood every day, but you're going to be living in Jersey. Like, you're going to be living better than, like, you heard? And you don't have to worry about paying for no rent or nothing like that. I'm just trying to get you niggas out the hood. Melly, too. Melly ended up getting shot, right? Like none of these would listen, and everything that happened that you know can happen in the hood end up happening and shit like that. You know what I mean? But everything to try to protect them for what I know could have happened to them, I tried. You heard? From getting all of these cars to getting all these everything you can imagine, everything. Private jets, Miami, hundreds of thousands in one weekend, 2 tour buses, Atlanta. Like, cannot front on how I had my boys moving. And I'm only talking about this because you was there, and you and Stacks were best friends, were Bino, couple others and like that. Other than I don't even talk to people about Stacks and what went on, but we was sending out. This was not on our level when we was moving. And
His team don't look fed.
Yeah, so that's what really went down. So when Yayo said that, he couldn't wait to respond and call him out because he was pissed over that. And that's why he had to come through. That Yayo line is what got him hot when he said, man, you ain't get them out the hood. Now, here's this person talking about, you forgot you did a video on Superpower J and M beef. Now you switched up. I have no idea what you're talking about with switching up. That video was done way before the Super Bowl. So I don't even understand what you mean about switching up. What did I switch up? Please tell me. Because I don't even think we went through an Eminem and Jay-Z beef. Like none of this had anything to do with a Eminem Jay-Z beef. M don't really deal with Jay. That's just real talk. What's up? What's up? What's up? No, I try to stay separate. Yeah, I think it's I believe it's the most daring attempt for attention. But it just goes to show you how things get out of line. How people are fighting for other people and not themselves. So Tony Yayo was wrong with bringing that part up. He was completely wrong. There was no there was no Oh yeah, this Thursday night football game is insane. Touchdowns are flying in everywhere. Yep, and there it is. Cincinnati's covering the 4. Just as I thought. I picked Flacco to have over 276. I said, oh, he gonna have over that. It's Thursday night. What do I feel about what? That's what I don't understand. What am I supposed to feel something about? Yeah. Yeah, that's why he went straight immediately to the you doing dope. Because in other words, why would you need to say that? You feel me? There's no need for you to say that. There's no grounds for you to have to say that. Hell no. Jim Jones is just riding for Jay, but he really was pissed at Yayo for saying that about, Stacks. And, like you ain't get your guys about the hood. Jimmy ain't get his guys about the hood. Oh, he ain't like that shit. Warren finna have 800 yards. Shoot, I'm glad I got that. I already think I got that covered already. He probably over 100 right now. Yep, 119. Well, you know this is right in his wheelhouse. Well, Tony Yayo is going to respond. Tony ain't going to let them get away with that.
Man, we got some breaking news to report. So let's get straight into
Alright, so that's ChatGPT. Y'all take that up with that nigga, you heard? ChatGPT said, yeah, yo.
and we gonna react to what Zip with the Drip got 400,000. That's cap, y'all. That's all cap, bro.
I don't know what that guy's talking about. I'm saying, I know Tony Yayo got a response on here. This Fifth responded. 50 actually got involved.
The Nori. Yayo said Jay-Z didn't have us on tour like he did, or I eat my own halal. I eat my own halal too. If you want to say that, to Mev Bleak, I just came off my last tour. All I'm saying is when you see Jay-Z in his setting, he never really, when he's doing a Beyonce show or whatever, you don't see Memphis Bleak on the stage or him being brought out.
That's crazy. That's crazy work.
Y'all niggas do, I don't do. I do the other thing. Everything. Y'all niggas go across the street that way, I'm going up. Holla at your boy. I do other things, man. I don't do what y'all niggas do. I don't do what niggas do. I don't watch niggas' money. I don't care. I just do what I do.
The rap game just got messy again. Jim Jones got called out bad by Tony Yayo, and the internet can't stop talking. In a recent interview, Yayo dropped bomb after bomb, calling Jim a fake, a fraud, and a man who's been playing both sides for years. He said straight up, "You can't scream loyalty if you move funny when the camera's off." The comment hit hard because fans know Yayo don't talk unless he means it. Yayo started breaking down how Jim tries to act like a real one in interviews, but moves corporate when it's time to stand on business. He want to be a gangster till it's inconvenient, Yayo said. Fans instantly connected the dots. Dipset history, the fallouts, and that shady energy that's followed Jim for years. Social media lit up fast. Memes, quotes, reactions. Everyone was saying the same thing. Yayo exposed the truth. What made it worse? Jim stayed silent. For someone who always has something to say, that quiet hit different. To fans, it looked like guilt. Overnight, the capo turned into a punchline, and Tony Yayo, the man folks used to underestimate, walked away looking like the realest voice in the room.
Difference between me and other niggas, right? Stack Bundles, one of my favorite rappers in the world.
Rest in peace, Stack.
Brian
Rest in peace.
Far Rock, you understand? Jim Jones, he had Stack Bundles, he had Max B. I looked at it like, wait, you know, Stack Bundles had a portion was still in the hood. No disrespect to Jim Jones. Fifth had me in Battery Park. I could walk out that barefoot.
So you ain't gonna shut up, Yayo. It just ain't not. It's not gonna happen, dog. Man, the scoring in this game is crazy. I'm afraid to go look at my phone. You know, you look at your bets, then you see something falling off. But if you don't look at it, you be doing good. And everything looking good for me right now. From what I'm seeing, I'm liking everything I'm seeing. Bet-wise, I'm liking what I'm seeing. I mean, the whole thing is stupid, really. It's just silly. It's like, ain't nothing going on the internet. It's something to talk about. You know, besides Gil, you know, losing his mind. Oh, yeah. Well, you know that. But like he said, you screaming loyalty and you move different. Each and every time you moving different. But no, Jimmy did try to take care of those dudes. Yeah, I would be lying to you if I said he didn't try to move him out the hood. Oh no, because in reality, that's never gonna change. That narrative is never gonna, like go in a different direction. Right. It's always gonna be that. 100% gonna be that. It's all about the narratives and the way people appear.
Look like you need help. Tell your man 50 send you an ounce or something, yo.
You do need
You
that
might
help.
need
That's
2
why-
ounces, nigga.
50 Cent reacts after Jim Jones disses Tony Yayo over Jay-Z and Memphis Bleak. 50 Cent steps in after
damn
Jim
it, that's
Jones
no
takes it too
effect.
far with Tony Yayo diss. The rap world just got spicy again as Jim Jones went off on Tony Yayo, and 50 Cent was not about to let that slide. It all started when Yayo made a bold statement saying Jay-Z should take better care of Memphis Bleak after years of loyalty. Instead of debating the topic, Jim Jones decided to get disrespectful. In an unhinged rant, Jim fired shots directly at Tony Yayo. Tony Yayo smokes hard coke. You look like you need to be taken care of. You need a dentist. Your teeth are terrible. You're getting fatter every day. Tell 50 Cent you need all the help in the world. You're broke. I got $1,000 for every bump on your face. Close quote. The internet was stunned, but 50 Cent wasn't. 50 Cent responds, "You talking wild for someone who's been a backup his whole career." Fifth came back swinging like only he can. Jimmy worried about Yayo's teeth when his own music career been rotting for years. He's still living off We Fly High while trying to fly into other people's business. You got more jokes for Yayo than you ever had for French Montana or Pusha T. Fans quickly joined the roast. Jim Jones always tough when he's talking to G-Unit, but quiet when real beef pulls up. Yayo said something real. Loyalty matters. Jim just mad nobody took care of him. Tony Yayo spoke facts about loyalty, and instead of responding like a man, Jim Jones turned it into a personal attack. But 50 Cent has entered the chat, and when Fifth steps in, careers get humble real quick. This might just be the beginning. Who you got?
Man, this bastard screwed up my sheet. Look at this, man. All greens, no faint. Just comes through, messes up my day. Oh, man. Flacco, Chase with the receptions, Chase with the yards. Jaylen Warren getting over 48 yards. I got Metcalf getting under 4.5 receptions. And Noah Fate just did me in. All because Skilla jinxed it. Yep. Flacco, 281, 3 touchdowns. Well, when you're dealing with somebody who's in control of what's going on or their surroundings, yeah, but that's what he's saying, man. He often doing this when it's black folk. Like when he's super tough, but he ain't tough when it's time. Fifth ain't gonna play with him. See, unlike Jay, Fifth can get back. He can get in the grind. He can get in the dirt and get dirty. But everybody else, they can't do that. So if you subscribe to the Patreon, get ready. Because we already exposed the whole, yacht girls and Sweetie situation and what happened with her. Yeah, in case y'all didn't know, Sweetie was out there, just out there. But she ain't the only one. Like, that stuff ain't just happened with her. That stuff happened to a lot of these girls in the industry, and how that whole procedure takes place. We explain all of that to you on the Patreon. And you're gonna hear some information that blow your mind. Like I told you, people don't be knowing the industry like you think you do. The gatekeepers, all of it. We explained it all in that video, but now we're finna tell you the things that we didn't tell you about in the Jay-Z video earlier today. We're finna get on that right now. So I'm finna stop this video, say thank y'all for tuning in, and we finna go straight over there and get it done. All right, peace.